What is going on, YouTube? I appreciate all the patience that you guys have given me, and I'm sure I've lost some subscribers from not posting in a very long time, and I do apologize about that, but I do want to say thank you so much to all the subscribers who have stayed around, and I'm just going to kind of go and give you what's been going on in my life. So what is the biggest news? I moved from Atlanta to Austin, Texas. We'll break everything down, but that's really the biggest news, and the biggest, curveball I say was thrown my way, and it was not like it wasn't planned. It was just, the biggest thing that's kind of changed in my life so far. So, so going back, when was it? Probably late November. Yeah, it was. So, for those of you that don't know, I was working with my brother-in-law in his real estate business, and over one weekend before Thanksgiving, he kind of gave me the weekend off because I'd been very stressed out, and he could tell, and he just like, maybe the kid needs a break, and he was, rightfully so. Gave me the weekend, just told me like think about some things and how we can get better moving forward. And the only thing I could really think about during that entire time off from working with him was how passionate I was about fitness influencing and how not passionate I was about what I was doing with him. And it wasn't anything against my brother-in-law. I love him to death. He's like my second dad, and probably the closest thing I really do have to a father, just because of what he's done for me my entire life. I'm very appreciative. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't what I was looking to do. Now, yes, I do want to invest in real estate and do all these things. That is on a whole different spectrum of what it is. But the underlying reason of me, leaving Atlanta and moving to Austin was because I want to pursue my passion in fitness. I've been around some type of physical activity from the time I was 3 years old. Whether it be sports, working out, even what I'm doing right now. So that was the biggest reason. So it started at the end of November, and, I thought about everything that I wanted to do, and this was it. Now, the other reason was, in my mind, it was also, I didn't really like where I lived. Atlanta's a great place. Don't get me wrong. I think it definitely suits certain people. It just didn't suit my needs. I'm young, single. I have a great dog, but that's really it. It's just me. And for a young, hungry individual, it didn't. Where I lived in Beaufort, Georgia, and Gwinnett County didn't serve the purpose of like what I was looking to do. I'm still looking to grow and do a lot of things. Now, am I gonna find the same support system that I had in Georgia? Absolutely not right in the beginning. But not to say, I almost said absolutely not. But I won't have something like that right away. Can I build something like that? Absolutely. I think I know, it's not a thing. I'm very resourceful. And I'm resourceful enough to go ahead and build a community within myself, or with myself and those around me, to create what I had there on a different scale in just a different area. But I'm very appreciative of the support system I had in Atlanta. My sister and brother-in-law, they took me in and helped me grow into who I am today. So I'm very appreciative of that. But it was time for a new chapter. It was time for a new journey. It was time for me to do something that I wanted to do. So I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like where I was living, and I needed to do something for myself. Those are the three biggest reasons. And this isn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to break this down and tell you guys, like, you absolutely have to do anything in your life that you want to do for yourself. You got to make sure you're doing it for you, is basically what I'm saying. Don't do it for other people, because you're just going to end up regretting and resenting what you're doing in the moment. No matter how successful you can be at it, at the end of the day, if it's not what you chose to do, you're at some point in time, it's just going to fizzle out. The motivation is going to fizzle out. You're just, the honeymoon phase is going to fizzle out. It's not going to be, what you thought it was. And, that happened to me in a few different areas in Atlanta. I didn't necessarily want to join the car business. Now, I'm very appreciative I did, but I didn't necessarily want to do that. I didn't necessarily want to move to Atlanta. I had other plans before going to Atlanta. I had other plans before that. I was going to accept a job and move to Indianapolis. Now, there's some other reasons behind that as well. I was dating a girl at the time in Chicago. And yeah, it would have brought me closer to her. But like, that was you know, what I wanted to do before the car business. And, you know, I kind of just said fuck it and took a risk and joined the car business. But, you know, me moving to Austin, all of these things were my choices. Like I said, I chose to move here. I chose to do what I'm doing, and everything was on my own accord. Like that weekend that I took off, I had to ask myself, what is it that Matt wants to do? What is it that Matt wants to do moving forward with his life that's going to make him happy? Like, you got to make yourself happy. If you're not doing it for you and you're not making yourself happy, why are you doing it at all? The biggest thing in your life is you got to take care of you first. You have to invest in you first, and you got to make the step forward for you first. Because if you don't invest in yourself first and, you know, lead yourself, how can you expect to lead others? How can you expect to invest in others? How can you expect to help anyone else if you can't help yourself? You know, and that's something, you know, I've learned, you know, along life, and, you know, I'm continuously learning things about that as well. But I needed to invest in myself in something I was truly passionate about, and I'm super excited for this journey. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just wanted to, you know, thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for, you know, waiting on this video. I'm sure like it drew a lot of questions. Everybody was like, did you move? You know, why did you move? What's going on? Or, you know, some people said it was drastic and thought I was insane, and, you know, thought I was going through like a life crisis and things like that. But ultimately, when it really broke down to things, like, I've lived in Texas before, I lived in Houston, but I've always wanted to live in Austin. I couldn't tell you why. It's just always been like a big dream of mine to live here, and rightfully so. The minute I landed here for my job interview for the job I accepted out here, it just felt like home immediately. And I couldn't be happier with the decision I made and the people I'm already meeting. So I'm super excited for the future. And look, guys, I mean, this is it's not an easy thing for me, and it wasn't, you know, easy for me to, you know, figure out how I was gonna, you know, put it on camera and on video, and how to say these things. But, you know, one thing I want to do is now that I'm here and I'm following my passion in fitness, is things are going to change a lot. You know, I'm hiring a coach. I'm going to start competing in bodybuilding competitions. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. YouTube is probably going to be my most prominent social media source. I've been very consistent with Instagram, deleted TikTok for whatever lawsuit scandal they had going on. And plus, it just seemed like bullshit to me. I mean, it's cool, and like, yeah, I guess you can grow followers quickly and shit like that, but like, it wasn't fucking for me. So Instagram, YouTube are what I want to, you know, focus on, and, you know, really help. Because at the end of the day, like I said, my goal is to always help you guys, and whatever I can do to save you guys some time and efforts and what you don't know, you can rely on me to know. You know, use me as a source of knowledge, a source of information. And I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be like, you know, the most knowledgeable person in a lot of these things, but I've been doing it for a long time. So I would say I am knowledgeable in a lot of areas. Now, am I going to teach you how to be Mr. Olympia or Mrs. Olympia? Absolutely not. But can I teach you how to lose weight and do it in ways that have worked for me? Yes, I can. You know, can I teach you to, you know, I don't really know. Can I teach you how to have the most crazy workouts in the world? Maybe not. You know, I mean, nothing I'm really doing is that insane. But can I teach you, you know, how to formulate a workout that works best for you and your time? Absolutely. You know, and I think I can give people results. I mean, ultimately, like, I'm going to do a lot of things with these platforms and just try to help people. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Moved to Austin. So, new chapter in my life. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys so much. And be on the lookout for the next video. I mean, the goal in life is to be consistent. And one thing I'm not being very consistent on is YouTube. But, you know, that's all going to change now. And just got to do what we say we're going to do. So, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.